supposedly will raise $300 million in the next biennium.
State sales tax?
State sales tax, yes, sir. That'll be raised from 3.25% to 4%.
You say in the biennium. Do you foresee that soon we'll have an annual budget for the state instead of biennium?
I'm hoping we will, Jim. It's difficult for me to run my little business in my home month to month. It's awfully hard to look 2 years in the future and to set up the different things that are necessary to run a bigger thing as the state budget.
Are we going to have a food tax?
I surely hope not. That's one thing that I am against 100%.
Well, I've fought a lot of the best fighters in business. In fact, most of them, and I have fought fighters on the way up that fight like Daniels does, and it's got the same type of body style and everything. I've fought quite a few of them, in fact. So as far as the style, I'm sure it's not going to bother me in any respect at all. And of course, I've fought from Joe Frazier all the way down, Jerry Quarry, and you name them, I fought them. So as far as the style, I don't think I'm going to have any trouble whatsoever.
Do you think the fight will go the distance?
Well, if it goes the distance, it goes the distance. The contract was signed for 10 rounds or less, and if I see the opening, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to get Terry out of there as soon as I can. I'm looking forward to a fight with number 3 ranked ex-champion Jimmy Ellis, and I hope everything goes right and I don't get any bruises or anything in this fight. And if the opportunity arises for me to take Terry out of there, I'll definitely do that.
This 1970 automobile has over 23,000 miles on it. In the state of California, it is illegal for a dealership to take this car as a used car and turn the mileage back. As a matter of fact, recently a major car company dealership lost its franchise and its license to sell automobiles in that state because of that very problem. As an individual, however, it's no problem. Here in the state of Texas, there are no laws concerning setting back mileage on used cars. As an individual, I can set the mileage back on this automobile for a cost of around $8. We talked to State Senator Oscar Mauzy about the feasibility of such a law against individuals and car companies.
Of course, there's a great need for protection of consumers. The speedometer law is one thing that can be done, but in all candor, the enactment of such a law would not really solve the problem. It's been suggested that perhaps the time to check each speedometer is at each state inspection, and to have the speedometer sealed where it could not be removed from the automobile and then turned back. And this suggestion, it seems to me, has a lot of merit. If we tie it to the annual state inspection, I think then we have official state action which will guarantee the truthfulness of the reading on that speedometer, because it cannot be changed in between times without being noticed.
Malcolm Landess, reporting for Channel 8 News on the Move.
Started this fund because his family obviously is in need now and is going to be in need. The breadwinner of the family is laying in the hospital, chained to a bed, I understand. The mother is in the hospital with a broken leg where it was shot in 2 places. And there's 8 children. They need to go to school, they need food, they need care, they need love. And all of these things cost money. And I started this fund so that the community can react and provide this family with the necessities of life until the father's in a position to come back out and provide for his family like he was doing before this happened.
Well, I think his suggestion for the legislature to go to work is very appropriate and very much in order. That's what we've been trying to do in the Senate the first day of the session on January 12th. Our committees were appointed, bills were introduced, and the committees have been working, and the Senate's been working. I don't think it's time for people to shut up, though. I think it's time for people to open up. I think every official in Texas should open up his financial records so the public will know where his money comes from. I think it's time for everyone to file a copy of his income tax return, as I have done, to file a complete copy of his financial statement, as I have done, because the people of Texas look upon their state government with great suspicion today. And rather than shutting up the government, I think it's time to open up the government.
Members of Local 440 of the Firefighters Association and firefighters across the state received their first increase in longevity pay in 25 years last legislative session. This legislative session, firemen are in Austin lobbying for another increase from $3 to $5 per month for each year of service. Several Fort Worth firemen were in Austin last week during the lobby. One of them was the president of the Fort Worth Firefighters Association, Captain John Murphy. I asked him today if he expects the bill to even get out of the Urban Affairs Subcommittee, since most cities oppose its passage.
Well, I'm sure there's mixed feelings on it. Really, I couldn't answer the question where it would be or not, but some of them feel like it does have a chance of coming out. Some of them feel like maybe it won't.
When Mayor R.M. Stovall announced for re-election yesterday, he was asked if he opposes the bill for a wage increase.
I have no comment to make on whether or not this is just one method or a vehicle to assure them of a pay increase. There are other methods of providing pay increases for firemen and policemen or civil service people or uniform people or however you want to put it, other than longevity pay.
Stovall indicated he prefers that the firemen and police bring their pay increase request before the city council instead of the legislature, which they will probably do if the bill fails in Austin. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.